Welcome to Energy. I'm your host, Ty Joyce. On today's show, we will be putting the spotlight on the city's cultural arts programmer. From there, we will head over to Alligators Creek Aquatic Center, where some new features are being added, and we'll be talking about some exciting events coming up this spring. This and more on Energy. Every month on Energy, we highlight special events, classes, and programs. This time, we want to turn the tables around and highlight those employees who make it all happen. Joining us today is the Cultural Arts Programmer for the City of O'Fallon, Darren Granis.
On March 28, 2001, the city opened the O'Fallon Cultural Arts Center in the restored Wabash Railroad Depot. Since then, the city has sponsored an outpouring of music, theater, art exhibits, festival entertainment, and art classes for children and adults. The person responsible for the initiation and development of these programs is Darren Granis, the O'Fallon Cultural Arts Programmer. In February 2001, Darren started working at the city as the Cultural Arts Coordinator. In the 13 years he has been with the city, the theater, now O'Fallon Theater Works, and class programming has increased exponentially in both size and scope.
Currently, I run several things. The theater department, which takes up a good chunk of what I do. We run 3 programs and a camp. We usually do a spring drama or comedy, and then a summer children's play, and we run a summer's camp. And then in the fall, we try and do either a musical or a comedy as well. So that takes up a good portion of what I do. I also run the exhibits. We run about 7 to 9 exhibits a year right down here at the Renaud Spirits Center. I'm also in charge of the community bands, and we run pretty much throughout the year. We've got a community band, which is just a general concert band, and then a jazz band. Then, of course, we've got the programming side, which is acting classes, visual arts classes for kids and adults. And then I also oversee the adult programming for the Parks Department, which includes trips and adult activities, things of that nature.
Along with these duties, Darren has been a manager of the city's recreation facility, the Renaud Spirits Center, since 2005. He oversees 2 full-time employees who manage the cultural arts class programming, 20-plus contract employees, several volunteers, and he also works at getting funding for programming.
A big portion of what I do now is grants. I also do a lot of grants, which was something I didn't do when I started out. It's expanded from just doing cultural arts grants to grants, looking at grants that would cover other parts programs. And currently the council's looking at not the council, but the O'Fallon Convention and Visitors Bureau is looking at creating a subgroup for public art, which would they're basically trying to come up with an arts commission. So I'm currently researching that and delving into the grants on that. Eventually we'd like to see public art in the streets of O'Fallon.
When it comes to loving his job, Darren couldn't be happier.
Absolutely love it. I love being around the people. I love everybody that I work with. I love dealing with the public out here. I like being busy. I like going from, say, working on a grant to throwing on some old clothes and helping build a set. You just never know what's going to happen, especially in the theater part, what you're going to end up having to buy, who you're going to audition for a play, what type of play you're going to do. Suddenly seeing a new artist when you're out and about who's excited about coming and doing a show. It's just an endless variety. The fact that I'm not chained to a desk, 24/7 looking at a computer screen doing the same thing over and over. It allows me a lot of freedom. I work a lot of strange hours, but I love it. I thrive on that sort of thing.
If you would like to know more about the O'Fallon Cultural Arts Center, visit o'fallon.mo.us/parksandrec.
Improvements to Alligators Creek Aquatic Center are currently underway. Joining us with more is Recreation Manager Jeremy Wolfmeyer.
This year at Alligators Creek, we added, or we're in the process of adding a drop slide and some tipping buckets. The drop slide is going to go on the competitive pool, which already has the diving board. So next to the diving board in the deep end, there's going to be this slide that's probably about 10 feet high, and basically the rider will get in the starting tub, and about a 2-second ride, they'll drop them and shoot them out into the competitive pool. So it really gives us a lot of use out of that deep end pool that we've been lacking in the past. On the lazy river of the leisure pool, we're going to have 4 tipping buckets. The kids are just going to love it in the lazy river. As you're going around, these buckets will fill with water and they'll tip over at different times, splashing the guests in the pool. So it should really be a nice feature that adds to the pool.
Alligators Creek Aquatic Center's pool passes are now available for purchase at the O'Fallon Parks and Recreation Office, located at 400 Civic Park Drive. And if you register early, you will receive a gift.
If you purchase your pool pass by May 23rd, you'll receive a special gift. If you don't get a chance to do that, you can also get your pool pass purchased at Alligators Creek. The pool opens up for the season starting on Memorial Day weekend, and we have a lot of information on our website too to consider looking at for information about Alligators Creek.
Summer is just around the corner, and it's never too soon to sign up for one of the many great swim programs offered through the O'Fallon Parks and Recreation Department.
Some of the programs that we offer at Alligators Creek, we have a great swim team. The team fills up quickly, so if that's something you're interested in, make sure you get registered for that. And if you're just looking for your children to learn how to swim, we have a great Learn to Swim program here at the City of O'Fallon. Those programs are offered at Alligators Creek and the Renaud Spirit Center.
Starting in spring, high school and college students can take advantage of a temporary membership at the Renaud Spirit Center.
You can start this membership as early as April 7th, and it's good for 3 consecutive months from the date you sign up. So what's nice about that, if you're a college student or away at school and when you come back and you need a place to work out, we've got a membership for you that helps you out in that situation.
The City of O'Fallon is currently looking for volunteers to help spruce up the city's parks. Joining us today is Bob Dearduff, the Parks and Landscape Manager, with all the details.
We love to have volunteers help us with the City of O'Fallon projects, and in particular in parks, we use volunteers for landscaping opportunities. We're getting out of the winter time, and now we're going to start cleaning up some landscape beds. We have some work in the greenhouse to do, which is actually a little warmer if you don't want to be outside quite yet. We have some work planting all the flowers that we've produced in the greenhouse, and we have an enormous task of mulching ahead of us as we get into the spring months.
If you are not one with a green thumb, there are plenty of other ways you can help beautify our parks.
We have park maintenance such as painting, nothing like a fresh coat of paint to bring things back to life for the summer season. We have some work to do at Alligators Creek every year to get the swimming pool up and ready to go. And a new project in 2014 for volunteers is to help complete our disc golf course that we have at Fort Zumwalt Park.
Volunteer opportunities are available for anyone and everyone.
We have volunteer groups help us from all ages, young families, church groups, grade schools, high schools, all the way up to anybody who just wants to participate and have some fun. We never turn away volunteers. There are never too many volunteers, and they come in between mid-March to mid-May in the hundreds, but we can never have too many.
Volunteering has many benefits.
People show up not sure what they're getting into, but once they get underway and make a new friend and see the result of what they're doing, they love it, and they come back again and again year after year. All of our park and landscape opportunities for O'Fallon are coordinated through our Volunteer Services Department. And in general, that runs between mid-March and in through the spring months. But we also have volunteer opportunities all summer long. So check with Volunteer Services with the City of O'Fallon for specific dates.
The Volunteer Services Department can be reached by calling 636-379-5417 or by visiting o'fallon.mo.us/volunteer.
The city is getting ready for another Garden Expo. Here with more is Festival Coordinator Jennifer Hosington.
To start off the day, we're going to have an Arbor Day ceremony with the Twin Chimneys Elementary Earth Club, and that starts at 9:15. And then at 10 o'clock, we will have St. Louis Kite Club will be here as well, and they will do a demonstration. Some of the vendors on hand will also include beekeepers, a variety of area garden clubs will be on hand as well. And there's a free tree sapling giveaway. 50 of those trees will be available to the first 50 families. And there's also some great kids activities available with recyclable goods, creating them into crafts. Magazine vendor will be here, and also some decor items to put into people's gardens. We do have the Healed Home open that day from the same hours from 9 until 1. There will be docents available, and it's just $2 a person to take a tour of the home. The Garden Expo is going to be held on April the 12th in Fort Zumwalt Park, and it opens up at 9 o'clock in the morning and goes to 1 o'clock in the afternoon. If you need any more information on the event, you can contact myself, Jennifer Hoisington, at 636-379-5605. You can also get more information on our website at www.o'fallon.mo.us/visit.
Another great event is about to take place with the Adult Flashlight Easter Egg Hunt. Anyone 21 and older can participate. The event will take place on Friday, April 11th, starting at 7:30 p.m. in Civic Park. Eggs will be hidden throughout the park, so bring a flashlight and an Easter basket. Prizes will also be awarded after all the eggs have been accounted for. Light refreshments will also be served, so don't miss out on a fun-filled night. Advanced registration is required by April 6th. Tickets can be purchased by visiting the Parks and Recreation office located at 400 Civic Park Drive, directly across from Civic Park, or by registering online at www.o'fallon.mo.us/parksandrec. There's plenty of fun happening in O'Fallon. Here's a look at what's coming up.